Hello again. It is sometimes claimed that Britain is gradually moving towards a state of affairs where Islam exerts a powerful influence on the life of the nation, and that this will culminate in our country actually becoming Muslim. On the face of it, this sounds like a mad conspiracy theory, as far-fetched as claims that the Earth is really flat. There are, however, worrying indications that Muslims are infiltrating Britain's political system not because they wish to integrate and become part of our traditional way of life, but rather because they hope to advance the cause of Islamism. Islamism is the wish that the religion of Islam is inextricably linked with the political system of a state, and that the end result is a theocracy like Iran, where religious and political power are indistinguishable. A number of events this year might shed light upon this idea as it relates to Britain. In May, local elections were held. In a disgraceful piece of gerrymandering, areas where reform might have done well, such as Essex, had their elections cancelled, while those in safe Labour councils and areas with many Muslims went ahead. In other words, I didn't get a vote in those elections, but people in Rotherham and the Hare Hills ward of Leeds did. I mention these two places for a reason. In Rotherham, a devout Islamist called Roxana Ismail was elected and became mayor of the town. She's Pakistani and delivered her maiden speech in Urdu to an audience which consisted only of Muslim men, with the Pakistani flag hanging behind her. In the description to this video, I give a link to a film of this event. I seem to recollect hearing Rotherham mentioned in the news in recent years, but I cannot quite remember in what connection. In the Hare Hills ward of Leeds, a Bangladeshi called Mothan Ali was elected as councillor. He was standing for the Green Party, but made it clear that his interests lay more in Bangladesh and Palestine than they did in Leeds. Upon being declared winner of the election, he cried Allahu Akbar. He was wearing traditional Bangladeshi clothing when he did this and was surrounded by various other men of South Asian heritage. The film of the event honestly looked like an election in another country and had nothing whatever to do with British politics. In the description to this video, I give a link to the scene. Both these people gave speeches in foreign languages to their followers and rely solely upon the votes of Muslims. They make no secret of the fact that their primary interests lie in other countries, Muslim countries, rather than Britain. Last month saw a disturbing development. As viewers know, with the disillusionment with Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, many left-wing voters in this country are turning to both the new so-called Your Party, associated with Jeremy Corbyn, and of course the Green Party. A few weeks ago, Mothan Ali was appointed deputy leader of the Green Party. In other words, a dedicated and avowed Islamist is now deputy leader of a party likely to do very well in the next general election. 5 of the 6 MPs associated with your party are Muslim. The left-wing vote at the next election is therefore likely to go to 2 parties where Islamists have power. Of course, the Home Secretary is also Muslim and has made it clear that for her, Islam triumphs over all national considerations. These events do not, of course, confirm the wildest speculations of those who say we are moving towards a situation where Britain could become ruled by Muslims, but they certainly cause us to pause for thought and perhaps to think carefully about what we are seeing. The closest parallel that I can think of was known as entryism in the 1970s and 1980s, where Trotskyites infiltrated the Labour Party and tried to take it over and steer it to their own purposes. The situation with Islamists moving in on organisations like the Green Party looked to me to be very similar to that.